Hey, mic check, mic check, mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can count. Holy shit. Yo, yo, yo. Hey. Hey, you ain't got no you sure you ain't got no headphones? Darcy got any headphones? Somebody? Oh, okay.
I mean, I only got one pair.
Mic check, man. Spit some bars, man.
Mic check 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2 1 2. I flow with a gift. You notice that I glow from a distance. Always so sick and know it's not composed with assistance. Notice the difference. I be showing total resistance. They throw shade. I throw back solar eclipses. Woo! All
right.
What up, world? It's your man, GKnow B.
What's going on? It's Aaron. We in here.
And this is the podcast, Fuck All That.
Fuck All Lat. Episode 2 in the building.
Episode 2 in the building.
Well, yeah, we did some numbers last time. Ain't that right, big dog?
We did all right numbers. You know what I'm saying? Everything starts off slow. It's all good.
You got to start somewhere, huh?
We got a couple good reviews from people, though. You know, constructive criticism.
Hey, yeah, definitely. Shout out to everybody who gave feedback. That was really helpful, and we appreciate the support. And we're going to, work on adjusting some things, tweaking some things to, cater to you guys' needs, right?
Yeah. One of the things they said, they liked our chemistry.
Well, I mean, of course. What can I say? I think that it starts with me, and then you.
It probably does.
It starts with me, right?
I believe that they don't even really know that we don't really know each other. That's what's crazy. We just met. I was walking down the street here downtown. He was in front of Urban Outfitters taking selfies and soliciting free hugs to white women.
That's completely false, everybody.
This guy's pretty eccentric.
This guy's a liar, all right? His credibility has just gone out the window. Don't even believe this guy. But what's going on, man? It's kind of cold out here, man.
It is cold. It's very cold.
Cold world.
It's very cold.
J. Cole, huh?
World. Yeah, J. Cole.
And speaking of J. Cole.
speaking of J. Cole. But no, anyway, yeah, it's a cold world, man. My voice is a little cracked. We forgot to talk about the sponsors, the unofficial sponsors, speaking of it being a cold world, because we're unofficially sponsored by Scott's Toilet Paper today. Definitely. Because my man's a little congested over here, so... if you hear a couple sniffles in the background, that's just him doing his thing.
Yeah, that's definitely me, man. I got a little sick, a little under the weather. But good thing, I wanted to get sick earlier in the season so I won't have to deal with it later on, right? Yeah. So I'm ahead of the game.
Your voice probably sounds like mine does naturally now, you know what I mean? I have a raspy
voice. GKnow, man. Hey, welcome to the show.
But you know what? That's another review that I got for the ladies like my voice, man.
I can't.
That's what they're telling me. They're like, you really got a sexy voice. So
they said that?
I'm going to run with that. But when I heard the podcast, I was like, I don't like my voice. I don't like the way I sound.
Wow.
I think that's natural. I don't think anybody, even I was looking at an interview and Jay-Z was like, when I first rapped, I first recorded, I didn't like the way my voice sound.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's like the number one selling rapper of all time.
Yeah, he was. So, my big brother. Big brother.
Exactly. Speaking of motherfucking big brothers.
Speaking of big brother.
Man, Kanye to the.
Kanye, Weezy, Yeezy, Pac, Shakur.
Yeah. Right? Both of them are Geminis, by the way. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah. And they both have similar character patterns that we see here. Yeah.
Kanye and Jay-Z?
No. Kanye and Tupac.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I can see it now. I can definitely see the. I get what you're saying.
Different upbringings, of course, but kind of lash out. Can't bite their tongue.
Right.
As we see, 2 days ago, your man Kanye West at a concert in Sacramento had his second, what the media is calling a meltdown or a rant. And he basically was, going in about some of the things that he's not happy with, you know what I mean? And one of the common topics in his rants happens to be Jay-Z, and this time he brings Beyonce into the equation, which is dangerous.
That's something I always wonder, like if, he's supposed to be so cool, so tight-knit with Jay-Z, especially Beyonce. He went on stage and said that Beyonce should have won the award, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Why is he going in on them now?
Apparently they weren't as tight-knit as we thought.
What?
Apparently. The Beehive doesn't play any games. I don't want no problems with that. I'm not going to say anything negative about Beyonce on today's show.
Well, you don't want a price on your head. That's why.
Exactly. For the record. But Kanye went out on stage. He pretty much went out there. He did like a 10-minute, 15-minute rant, quote unquote.
Yeah, I think it was about 10.
And, talked about Jay. He's basically saying, people are playing into the politics and it's messing up the music, and he begs Jay-Z not to send his killers after him because he doesn't want to die. He just says, call me like a man. When I heard that line, I said, oh fuck, this might be the nail in the coffin.
Really?
Not too many people walk away from saying things about Jay-Z. He has a track record of leaving people in a dark abyss of obscurity after crossing him. You know what I mean?
Really?
Yeah.
Who give me some examples. I ain't know.
Dame Dash.
Oh, Dame Dash.
Cameron.
Really?
Cameron.
I wasn't too privy to these, man. You know, I was like 3.
Exactly. But T-Pain, you remember him?
Tony, T-Pain.
Last time I heard about him, he said some shit about Jay-Z saying something about auto-tune. And
I remember Jay-Z made the death of auto-tune.
Yeah, T-Pain didn't like that too much, and Jay-Z didn't like that. T-Pain didn't like that, and we haven't heard from T-Pain since.
Damn.
Yeah, but
That's
it's like
crazy.
that.
No, he had the song with Kevin Hart. You know
who?
T-Pain.
Oh, he had a parody song.
Right.
He has no career though.
Oh, okay.
I mean, he might. I don't know. He might tour the Chitlin circuit in Florida or something. I don't know what's going on.
Right.
But,
I got you.
Yeah, but yeah, Kanye had a meltdown, man. I don't like what's going on. A lot of people were pissed off because he came out there, he did a 15-minute rant where he touched on Obama. He did a critique of Obama, basically.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He said Obama couldn't do the things that he couldn't. What was it? He couldn't. He had to be perfect. I think that's what he said.
Yeah, he said being perfect don't always change shit, but
definitely.
Obama has to be perfect because he was a black president, quote
True
unquote.
that.
You know what I mean? Well, not quote unquote because he was a black president, but yeah, he said he had to be perfect, and being that he had to be perfect, he wasn't in position to really make a change and things like that.
Well, quick question: how do you feel about that? How do you feel about? I guess, for lack of a better term, being perfect and getting things changed. You know what I'm saying? Do you feel like...
I think I touched on this the last episode.
Okay.
I agree with him on that. I think
Right.
you have to go with unconventional methods to get shit done these
Right,
days.
definitely.
Very much so.
That's why we're listening to Fuck All That, an
Fuck all
unconventional...
that. Yeah, definitely
Right.
an unconventional perspective on music, politics, and urban culture.
That's a nice plug right there. Just shout out to us for that plug right there.
A lot of people were pissed off at the fact he came out there and went on a 15-minute rant, did like half a song, and then said, you know what, concert's over.
I thought he did 3 songs and was like out. I thought he did 3.
I don't know. He didn't even do Gold Digger. He just did
crazy,
Gold Dig.
man.
He just left it there. And
Well,
just,
while we on that, how do you feel about that? Let's say you were a fan, you're in the audience, you paid your money to go see this show. Kanye does a song or two, starts talking about all this extra stuff that you didn't pay to come see,
Right.
and walks the fuck out. How do you feel about that?
I would have fucking loved it.
Wow, what?
I would have felt like I got more than my money's worth. Everybody else would have just got a concert. I got a celebrity having a meltdown, a historic meltdown that would be talked about for decades. I was there.
Right.
I remember that show when they talk about this 20 years. Where are they now, and what happened to
Right.
Kanye? I was at that show.
So you think like the fans that were like pissed off, in the future they're gonna look back and be like, they're gonna be like, oh no, I wasn't pissed off. It was like an historic
Yeah, in the
event.
future,
Like,
right now, they
I thought it was awesome.
They skipped out on their light bill to pay the $300 ticket, so they pissed off right now. But I think in the future they'd be like, yo, that was a historic moment that I was a part of. I was on the St. Pablo tour and I got to see Kanye West, break down.
Right.
And it's sad that we kind of entertained by celebrities breaking down. Let me ask you a question. Do you think Kanye's crazy?
I don't think I don't like me personally, I don't like to call people crazy because I feel like what is crazy but just a person who doesn't agree with the same thing I agree, or they have a different reality than what I have, a different perspective. So I can't really call him crazy. Do I think that he has some mental instabilities? Perhaps. All right.
Don't we all?
Don't we all, right? At some point in time, to some degree or another.
I'm
right?
tripolar. I've been diagnosed as tripolar.
Right. Nice. That's is that
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly my point.
all right?
Yeah.
So
I've always been a fan of Kanye, for the record.
Mm-hmm.
I will say I don't like to see him unraveling like this, though. I just don't. There's a lot of things going on, behind the scenes in music. I have a couple sources here and there that I won't name, of course, but there's a lot of things going on behind the scene that are playing a part in this breaking down and melting down, or this nervous breakdown, shall I say, of Kanye West. You know what I mean? Recently, his wife, of course, she was robbed while he was at another concert, and she was overseas. She was hogtied and things of that nature, which is kind of fucked up.
it's kind of barbaric. It's like,
it's
damn.
not even kind of fucked up. It's really fucked up. And
Wait, and to touch on that again, because I remember, I heard about it a little bit, but I'm pretty sure you got more to the story than I did. I know that she was tied up. Did they get robbed or something, or what happened with that?
Yeah, they were tied up. I believe they were in Paris.
Right.
Forgive me if I'm wrong, but it was Paris. I know it was France. They were in Paris, France, I believe. And while he was on stage, I forget what city he was in, but he was doing a concert, And he got the news while he was on stage that his wife had just been robbed. And, you know, we get the backstory. You know, some people followed her to a hotel room. They were posing as security guards initially. Ended up, you know, pulling the jukes on her, pulling the stain, as they say in Chicago.
Wow.
You know what I mean? Had a title, which is pretty scary. Being that you're Kim Kardashian and you can get touched like that.
Right. That's crazy.
You were touched by somebody high up.
Yeah.
You weren't touched by the average Joe.
Exactly. By some street dudes that's like, hey, let's go get her. You know.
That wasn't the chain snatching going on right there. And I think they got
crazy.
away with like 10 million.
Dang. Now that you put it that way, that's definitely a interesting way to look at it, because who, like we said, ain't no just average Joe finna just walk up to Kim Kardashian, even get that close to Kim Kardashian to be able to snatch her chain, quote unquote.
And you know, and you know, Kanye was still on tour when this happened, so the show goes on.
Right, true that.
So you know, after
he canceled the show, right?
He canceled that show when he heard
okay.
it that day. He canceled that show, and he had to continue with the shows after that. But you know, that's a lot of pressure for somebody to be on at that time, especially when you don't really know where it's coming from. You don't know who touched you. You don't know, you know, who robbed your wife.
Right.
And all these other things are going on behind the scenes in the industry at the same time. It's just he's pretty much overwhelmed. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
He's pretty overwhelmed.
One question for you.
Mm-hmm.
These, I guess, powers that be that are, you know, allegedly or supposedly orchestrating these hits on, not necessarily hits, let me not say hits because I don't want them to come after me, but orchestrating these how would you say these situations, these to where they would have Kim Kardashian tied up in a bathroom, you know what I'm saying, whatever like that. Who do you think is behind that? Like, what is orchestrating it? Or is it a system, or is it a
you know, I don't want to lose my validity by saying who I think did it, because this is a serious situation. So who I think did it is not important. But I will say this, like I said before, is definitely somebody on the inside and definitely somebody high up. That's not just one of those type of jobs that a random person who knows you coming to town says, yo, let's rob Kim Kardashian. There's definitely somebody who's done their homework, and definitely somebody who wants to send a message, because they felt like they can get away with it.
Okay. Do you think that this person or this group is string pullers, so to speak? Do you think that they are?
I would like to. I don't know. I would like to think that, because maybe we like a story. You know, maybe we like the dramatics of things, and this is the suspense of it all. Or it could just be a random person who just, you know, wanted to rob Kim Kardashian and, you know, pull a heist, and they were just prepared and equipped to do such. But I doubt it.
Right, I highly doubt that one.
I highly doubt it.
What do they say when somebody gets kidnapped? I think it's like they say like 9 times out of 10 it's somebody that you know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, somebody that you know. That's what's interesting. You know what else is interesting?
What's that?
I find that interesting that Kanye West is investing so much in Jay-Z as far as associated with this robbery. Like, out of all the people close to him,
he keeps saying, why didn't you call me?
Yeah, why didn't you call me, bro?
Right.
Like a brother.
Right.
In front of the whole world. This is the concert one is like, call me like a brother supposed to. I mean, no matter of fact, he said, don't call me, come see me like a brother is supposed to do.
Right.
Concert number 2, it was like, be a man and call me. You still haven't called me. And he's saying this in front of, you know, however many thousands of people, well, millions of, thanks to the camera
internet,
phones.
I got you.
And then it's followed by, I know you got killers, don't send them after me.
Right. Dang. I mean, but what they say, you know, Jay-Z has, I mean, it's no secret, like Jay-Z has long time been allegedly a part of the Illuminati and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't think he's a part of quote unquote the Illuminati, so we can discuss what I think what the Illuminati is described to be.
Well, quick question before we get there.
Yeah.
You say you don't believe that he is a part of the Illuminati. Do you think that he is a vessel used by the Illuminati?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we all are to an extent. I
Really?
think if you're a doctor and you're in the pharmaceutical industry, you're contributing to what the Illuminati's whole agenda is. If you're a school teacher teaching Western curriculum, you're contributing to what the Illuminati agenda is. If you're an A-list celebrity and you're into pushing the agenda and being a cultural influence, then definitely, yeah, you're a part of that umbrella of the Illuminati.
Okay.
He's wealthy.
He is.
He's in the millionaire, almost billionaire boys club. I know. Those doors don't, I mean, it seems like those doors don't just open for random people.
Right.
I think he's plugged. I think he's a shrewd businessman. I think he's damn near Lucifer in the flesh, and Lucifer is very charismatic and slick and calculated and meticulous, and Jay is all of those things, you know what I mean?
Lucifer. Speaking of Illuminati, for those of you who might not be familiar, the Illuminati is basically what someone would refer to as a secret society that lives kind of, or they exist behind the scenes of the public eye, in a sense. And they basically pull strings and orchestrate everything that goes on in the world, and they secretly control the world.
Yeah, some would argue with you that there's no spookism involved with the Illuminati, and these are just like known for to be the illuminated people of the world who contribute to the world in a positive way.
Okay.
As Madonna stated, these are just the Illuminati.
So she said that?
Yeah, Madonna was trying to break down the description and, you know, describe what the Illuminati is for people, and basically she said, you know, these are people who are bright.
Right.
Like illumination. You know what I mean? But essentially a lot of us know the Illuminati to be the 13th family. Some of them like the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers.
Right.
You know, the list goes on and on.
Koch brothers and all that.
Yeah,
Okay.
whatever. Griselda Blanco, whoever you want to put in there. But basically the people behind the scenes who kind of pull the puppet strings per se.
Right.
But do I think Jay-Z is in the Illuminati? Nah. I don't think he's qualified. But I think he definitely is an agenda pusher and an agenda creator to an extent, and I definitely can see that he has a whole lot of power. And when it comes to the Illuminati and these things, there are a lot of quote unquote conspiracies associated with this group and the music industry in general, and which is interesting to talk about because you have things like potentially blood sacrifices and things of that nature that go on, they say. You know what I mean? So when we talk about Kanye West and we talk about him breaking down on stage, a lot of people, you know, Kanye West is crazy. He lost his mind after he lost his mother. A lot of people
I
say.
remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in high school and I think they were saying that Kanye West's mom died, and like, you know, he was, you know, he I guess he lost some type of sanity at that point. Yeah. But I think, like you were saying about the blood sacrifice, that it takes that blood sacrifice before someone is ascended or propelled into superstardom. You know what I'm saying?
What do you think about that?
I see some patterns. Let me say that. I see some patterns.
Definitely some patterns.
With Jennifer Hudson, right?
Yeah.
What was it, her whole family got killed or something like that?
Well, it was crazy. If those blood sacrifices are measured by how much blood is spilled, you think about Jennifer Hudson came out of the gate winning Grammys, Oscars.
Right.
Like, first time out the gate. I'm like, wow, that's kind of...
Yeah.
And, you know, condolences to these people and their families, because we don't truly know. We're just giving you the breakdown so you can do the comparing and contrasting yourself. You know
Definitely.
what I mean?
This is straight opinion. This is
this is opinion.
But definitely, Jennifer Hudson. I think that her whole family got killed. Then she was like a star the next day.
Yeah.
Kanye West, his mom died. Then he got like prepared. He was already a star.
Yeah,
but he wasn't a superstar.
Right.
You know what I'm
he
saying?
got pushed up to that A-list 50 million club around that time.
Exactly. Who else? What was it? Who
You have Serena Williams and her sister. Their cousin in Compton died. I don't, you know, like I said, we don't know if it's related.
I didn't even know that one
or whatever. It's a few different people. You know.
Hey, shout out to Serena. Definitely, she's definitely the hot, like the best female athlete on the planet. I just want to put that out there. She is though.
I've never watched any of her tennis matches a day in my life.
She's number one. I just want to put that
I'll
out
give
there.
You that. I'll let you have it. But I don't. I mean, as far as me, it makes sense.
Right.
A lot of people would call me a conspiracy theorist, but then I would have to in turn call them coincidence theorists.
Right.
Because there's too many fucking coincidences when it comes to particular things.
And I don't know. I don't want to say I hate the term conspiracy theorist, but I mean, it is what it is. It's like, when you say conspiracy theorists, a lot of people automatically think, oh, they got these crazy ideas. Oh, they're just talking out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They're just trying to put together some arbitrary things that happen to make a story, to create a narrative. Because we know we're people. We love narrative. We like stories naturally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I want the people out there to whenever you find the time, I want you to Google a man by the name of John Todd, and he's a music industry insider and from the 70s. And there's a song called Hotel California. Who sings that?
I can't remember, but I've heard of this.
That's sad. I heard this song a million times too, and I would have known it if I wasn't putting myself on the spot. I would have known who the artist was. But anyway, he explains how the music industry would usually take the masters of a record before they put it out to the public. They take the masters of a record, they go into this chamber, and they have these fucking ritualistic ceremonies they go on. with the masters, like drawing the pentagram on the floor with the chalk and the candles lit in the dark room and putting all this, satanic energy into the music, then putting it out there. And then you have the rumors back in the day, you play a rock and roll song backwards and it's like the devil talking to you and things of that nature. You know what I mean? So,
by the way, that song is by the Eagles, by the way. I just want to put that out there.
The Eagles. Okay, got you. Well, yeah, he talked about a lot of subliminals in that song, Hotel California, that I can't really break down myself. But when you get a chance, just Google the name John Todd, and it'll come up on YouTube, and you can check that out.
Also, when you speak of, like, I guess people putting messages in songs and stuff like that, it was Kanye West himself who said, I sold my soul to the devil. It was a crappy deal.
Lisa came with a few toys like a Happy Meal.
Wow, you know what I'm saying? So, and I guess you could look at that in a literal sense, like, dang, maybe he really did just literally sell his soul to the devil, or is he saying that he sold his soul like he sold who he was or to the devil, i.e. being popular culture or, entertainment?
Yeah,
and he got a crappy deal because he lost himself in that process.
I think when regular people become celebrities and they cross over to the other side and they cross over into these different tax brackets, they see and view the world differently.
Right.
And I think they are conscious at that point of how they contribute to a lot of negativity in the world, and they are influencers, and they kind of keep the veil over people's eyes. They help keep the veil over the people's eyes, because I'm going to be honest with you. I'm one of these people who I walk around, I think this shit is like the Wizard of Oz. I think it's the Truman Show out here.
Right.
I think it's all illusionary, and I think there are reinforcements that keep that illusion going. You know what I mean? And celebrities are one of those enforcements that keep the illusion going. So you get people like Dave Chappelle, who's turning down Comedy View when they offer him $50 million.
Comedy Central.
Comedy Central when they offer him $50 million, and he goes on Oprah and he's talking about it. And he was like, the Hollywood is a very twisted place. That's what he said. He was like, he was giving an example of Martin Lawrence, and when Martin Lawrence was running from the police officers in Hollywood, buck naked or whatever.
Right.
He was like, first thing people say, Martin Lawrence went crazy.
Right.
Dave Chappelle was like, I know Martin Lawrence. He's a very strong person.
Right.
He's like, he's not crazy. He's very strong. He's very intelligent. He's like, to call people crazy is very dismissive. He's like, maybe they're not crazy. Maybe their environment is a little crazy.
Definitely.
And he said that, and he looked like he just wanted to smoke a cigarette after that. Like, he was stressed out. You know what I mean?
I remember, what was that movie Tom Cruise was in? It wasn't Vanilla Sky. It was that other movie where he went to like he went to parties and it was masquerade parties.
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut. Mm-hmm. What'd you think about that? Like, isn't that exactly?
Yeah, I never saw that movie, but I know the synopsis is based around like secret society, ritualistic type of things that go on. Checkerboard floors and swords being put on your shoulders, Masonic symbolisms and things of that nature.
Right.
You know what I mean? I never got to check that movie out, but I wouldn't be too surprised if that that goes on.
So do you think that people quote unquote, like, I guess, sell their soul to the devil, or maybe not to the devil, but just to a certain power?
I'm pretty confident in that, because there's too many coincidences and too many common threads. You have like songs like Snoop, Murder Was the Case, where they gave me, where he personified himself into the devil. And it's just too many people who use the reference of selling my soul. And
you got Bob Dylan in that 2005 interview with 60 Minutes.
Yeah.
And he basically said that he sold his soul. He did a bargain with the chief commander of another world, pretty much. Yeah. Which a lot of people would interpret that to be Lucifer or the devil or whoever, whatever like that. And said that his songs, that all the songs that he had wrote, that were like that basically had been magically written.
Yeah, a lot of actors say that too. They say that they tap into these other worlds when they get into character, and they have to what's the word I'm looking for? I'm not gonna get the word, but they basically just tap into these other worlds and allow these other spirits, quote unquote, to enter their body and become these particular characters for films.
Like, what's that movie? Like Exorcism or something.
Yeah, almost like that. Almost like that, and it can get dangerous, because you think about people like Heath Ledger. Quote unquote, with the Joker. They say he went over the ledge, once he did the Joker role or whatever.
That was always an interesting role too, because I saw, they said that it was so many people saying that, you have to be careful when you play the Joker. And what's the new guy that just played the Joker? The guy, they always say he has the nice eyes. He was in some of these movies. I can't remember his name. Yeah, basically they were saying because he played the Joker in the Suicide Squad movie.
Oh, okay, got you.
I just cannot remember his name, but yeah, they were just saying that everybody who plays the Joker, usually something happens to them or something like that.
Yeah, it's like a curse on that role.
Right.
Jack Nicholson did a good job of the Joker. Was he in any other movies after that?
Jack Nicholson. I mean, he was in some movies, but
because he was a major actor.
Yeah, he was
prior to the Batman role, and I don't remember too many more movies after that.
Right. I mean, I remember he was. What year was that?
That was 1988.
Yeah, he was in some movies, man. Because he came out. He was in Bucket List. I know that with Morgan Freeman.
Oh yeah, that might have been his last one. That might have been the
end
of the bucket list.
That was his bucket list.
Yeah, that might have been the end of the bucket list. Yeah, but I miss the old Kanye, man. I miss the old Kanye. When Hurricane Katrina was going down, I was in my house for like 6 days watching these people fry on the interstate and was feeling infuriated. So I was watching the telethon live when he was on, and when he, just said skip the teleprompter, and George Bush doesn't care about black people.
Right.
Like, he was my hero after that. I was
you
like,
were like, fuck
yeah. Yeah, not just because of what he said, but just because he had the balls to do it.
Yeah, true.
He couldn't stand there and play the role. You know what I mean?
And be like just another automaton, just like, let me read this off the script and do the
and
robot.
I remember saying to myself, they gonna get him.
Yeah.
They gonna fucking get him. And here we are, 10 years later?
Right.
Seems like they got him.
Yo, just to go a little bit off of that, but DMX. Right? I think it was Professor Griff. Shout out to Professor Griff. You know what I'm saying? A lot of
I
people
actually met him too.
Really? How is he? Real quick.
He's real cool. He's real down to earth. You know what I mean?
Really?
I feel like an asshole because I was picking my girl up from the airport. She just got back from New York, and he had just got off the same flight.
Right.
And he came to VA, and he had a speaking engagement, but he was waiting on the taxi. And so I went up to him like, yo, what's up, Professor Griff? I listened to your lectures, whatnot.
Right.
Dapped it up with him, took a picture. All right, gave him the deuces.
Didn't he give him a ride?
When I'm driving, I'm looking in the rear view like he's still there. I'm like, I should have fucking gave him a ride.
Right, what's wrong with you?
Bugging.
Dang.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, shout out to Professor Griff, man.
Shout out Griff.
If y'all don't know who Professor Griff is he used to be a member of Public Enemy, one of the greatest hip hop groups of all time. Basically, he was a member, and he what he does now is he gives lectures and he educates people on, different stuff of secret societies and what goes on behind the scenes of the music industry and the entertainment industry and stuff like that. Check him out if y'all get a chance. Definitely interesting things comes from that guy. But
yeah, let's take a look at some of these patterns that happen with these celebrities because before their untimely demise. We have Tupac is a particular interesting character. Then you have Michael Jackson. You have Prince, Michael Jackson and Prince, who both quote unquote passed away due to overdoses.
Right.
Then you have Whitney Houston.
True that.
You have what's interesting about Whitney Houston?
What's that?
How she died in the bathtub. According to them, it was an overdose on pills, and it was the night of a Grammy show, right? And they actually they held a party in if I'm not mistaken, below her room or in her room or above her room.
Okay.
Clive Davis, her handler, her manager at the time, he held a Grammy party with her body still in the room.
Wow. So she was dead?
Yeah,
wow. That's
not some ritualistic shit. But what's more interesting than that, Clive Davis, before he was responsible for Whitney Houston's career, another person who was just like Whitney Houston by the name of Phyllis Hyman, who actually died from an overdose too, but she mysteriously died after accusing Clive Davis of being a pedophile.
Dang.
And after Whitney, or during Whitney's downslope, who else Clive Davis became responsible for? Do you know?
No, I don't.
Jennifer Hudson.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jennifer
Hudson.
Pretty interesting,
right?
Connect the dots, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Wow. And Michael Jackson, I think is of course he's the biggest superstar to ever live.
Yeah.
That man Michael Jackson was making I think that so many people do not know how many moves that man Michael Jackson was making, like, for real.
Yeah.
That man owned, I think he owned, what was it, at least half of Sony or something like that?
Something like that.
He owned something, but I know he owned the Beatles.
The catalog of the Beatles.
Catalog of the Beatles.
Yeah.
Which is the #1 recording act of all time.
Yeah.
#1, the Beatles. Over Elvis, over Michael Jackson himself. Michael Jackson's #1 as a single artist. Beatles is #1 of all, but that man owned the catalog to them. Like,
Smart move.
Right.
It's a very smart move.
And I think what was it? I think it was that Sony was trying to get it back from him or something like that, right?
That's what they're saying.
Right. And after that, it was like 2009. He was going on his last tour, and I think he was basically kind of gonna do the same thing that, in a sense, what Kanye is doing now. He was gonna kind of tell the people about it, what's going on, but
Oh, you know what's interesting with that is two things. One thing is like the pattern of what goes on before these celebrities' untimely demise, as far as like, before Michael Jackson died, it was like the resurgence of Michael Jackson.
Right.
It was like a tour going on. And you know what's funny? What was the name of that tour? Do you remember?
What was it now?
The tour's name was This Is It.
Wow.
Fuck me. This is it.
This is it.
Oh, wow. And
so Mike knew. He probably knew what was up.
Somebody did.
Somebody did.
Whoever named that tour had to know.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it was the end of the tour, and it was another point I was gonna make about the patterns. As far as Michael Jackson having the masters of the Beatles and things of that nature, another interesting dynamic that's going on right now is between Tidal and Apple Music.
Okay, what's
going
on?
Very, very similar. There's a tug of war going on in the music industry right now. It's a war, if you don't know, between Tidal, Apple Music, and all these streaming services, because the music industry has changed due to the internet and due to streaming services. So you have your top players, which is Spotify,
Pandora.
Not so Pandora, because artists do get paid from Pandora, but it's kind of like Pandora is more clairvoyant. You just put in the artist's name and it just randomly plays things. But as far as you being able to type in the name and stream a particular song, you got Spotify, you got Apple Music, you got Tidal.
Okay.
Those are the big dogs. Jay-Z is majority owner of Tidal.
Right.
And on the flip side of that, you have Apple Music, who has Drake. Drake is a majority owner of Apple Music, but they gave him $20 million to come on the Apple Music side.
Okay.
Now, what else is interesting with this dynamic is that initially Kanye and Drake were supposed to be the two artists to make the album Watch the Throne. It wasn't Kanye and Jay-Z.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Jay-Z put a block to that.
What year was this? Is 2012, right? Somewhere around there?
This is before. Yeah, it's about 2012. Watch the Throne. Yeah. Yeah. So Jay-Z put a block to that, and he said, "No, we gonna run with that." At the time when Jay-Z and Kanye were recording Watch the Throne, they were overseas. I forgot what country. Somewhere in Europe. Probably niggas in Paris. Like they were probably in Paris. You know what I mean? But
that's a good assumption.
Jay-Z was making his album Magna Carta. They were also doing Watch the Throne. They were also working on Beyonce's album. Kanye came to Jay and Beyonce with the idea to do a visual album for his project, which was My Beautiful Dark Fantasy.
Okay.
They said, no, that's a bad idea. Don't do that. It's not going to work, blah, blah, blah. Turned around, Beyonce did it.
Wow.
Took his whole idea.
Dang.
So, no. Blocked him from working with Drake to do Watch the Throne. Jay-Z said, nah, I'm going to do Watch the Throne with you. Took his idea, blah, blah, blah. Kanye's still trying to show affiliation and, support for Jay-Z and Beyonce gets on stage with the whole Taylor Swift thing.
Right.
Was
that? Yeah.
Beyonce had the greatest video of all time.
Right.
All time he's wilding out, showing his affiliation with them because that's Queen B and that's King J.
Right.
You know what I mean? Fast forward.
He's Prince Ye, right?
Yeah, he's Prince Ye. So they screwed him over a few times, so that'll let you know kind of where they stand. Brooklyn keep on taking it. Shout out to Hove. But I kind of let you know where they stand with things. And you fast forward, Beyonce gets on stage with Taylor Swift during the Grammys and was like, I remember what it was like 17 getting my first award, and I wouldn't want, basically somebody coming on stage interrupting me from getting my award. So they kind of throwing shade to Kanye right there.
Right.
Disassociating themselves with Ye, and then you have the whole association with Ye and Kim Kardashian that Beyonce just is not going with. You know what I mean? That's bad for her brand in her eyes. She doesn't want to be affiliated with Kim Kardashian. You know what I mean?
You said who doesn't?
Beyonce.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was pretty evident. It was one of the Grammy shows where they were in the front row sitting next to each other, and Beyonce just didn't want anything to do with anything that Kim Kardashian had going on.
Question for you, just speaking on that. A good friend of mine said that she didn't believe that Kanye was like really like, you know what I'm saying, like the Kim Kardashian and Kanye relationship was not like genuine, you know what I'm saying. It was just like a move for Kanye to basically get in the fashion industry. What do you think about that? You think that
could be true?
Right.
That could be true. I know they do, you know, in the industry, according to my sources.
Right.
They do things like that.
Like stage marriages.
Yeah, they do stage marriages and relationships and things like that because it's good for business.
Right.
You know what I mean? That could be true. I don't know, but yeah. So those things happen where Jay blocked Kanye from working with Drake, and you know, because Drake is the new guy.
Yeah, he is.
If you didn't know, Drake is the new guy that the industry wants at the seat to
Definitely.
be the king of the industry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
would you say that Drake is the king of? Yeah, he's the king. Yeah, I would say he's the most popular artist right now, right?
yeah,
Over everybody.
Yeah, he's the most popular right now. Yeah, I would say that. If you listen to Jay-Z song, I Got the Keys, you know, there's a lot of subliminal shots towards Drake in that song.
Give me some of those. What you got in there?
To your niggas always asking me the key to you own your own, you can't be free.
Oh yeah.
Before that, Drake had a song where he was like, I used to want to be on Rockefeller. Now I am Jay.
Right.
Niggas, then what did Jay say in the second verse? Something that to the extent of something. No, he said no. Basically, y'all they the same as Hove. No, like
right,
you know what
right.
I mean?
Saying like, nah, you're not me or whatever.
Yeah, my bag different, my swag different. You know, I brag different.
Right, my girl
wife,
Beyonce.
Yeah, he's going through the key points of why you not Hove.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a war going on between those two artists, and recently, you know, they're supposed to really be passing down the crown to Drake. He's supposed to be the new runner.
The new guy, right?
Yeah, so I think Kanye kind of played himself a little bit because he was running in Drake's corner. At the first meltdown at the concert, he was like, you know, I really wanted to work with Drake. I'm tired of these politics, this Apple Music, title, beef. I just wanted to get this song out. It was going to be a dope song, and then we need to stop these politics and all this bullshit.
Oh, so wait, quick question. Mm-hmm. In the rant that he just did, he was saying that him and it was that song that's out right now. That's like the popular song that's out right now with Drake, and I think DJ Khaled put it out there.
Yeah, I know. No, I know what you're talking about.
Goddamn.
Fuck for free.
That's it. In the I can't remember in the rant. I think he was talking about something about they played that song so many times and how What do you think? What did he say again? Maybe you might.
He was basically speaking on payola in the industry and the radio.
Okay.
I guess Clear Channel with Urban Radio. He was like, "Yo, he basically said the song was garbage." Then he retracted because he realized what he said. But he's basically saying that the only reason people are like it is because they force it down your throat. They play it 1 million times a minute on Urban Radio and don't give nothing else no daytime.
Yo, you know something? A song that I really thought, and I continue to think is trash, but it's like, you know, I hate it because I sound like just another one of these dudes that's like, oh, man, all these rappers trash, bro, blah, blah, blah. But I'm really not one of those dudes because I feel like it's a lane out here for everybody.
Right.
But I think if a song is trash, then that shit is just trash. Like, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of anything. That song by Young Thug, that Best Friend song, I thought that shit was so trash. Like, I didn't even see how that song got a single like on the radio.
But you gotta understand one thing about radio, and is hypnosis. I can make you like any song. I can make a song called the fart song, and the whole shit is not. It's just me farting.
Right.
You'll love it if I play it 10 times every minute.
So crazy, man.
Yeah.
And then we sit up here starving out the artists that's really like. That really have creativity, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not to say that Young Thug ain't a creative guy, but it's just that song was just like, I don't know why I really do not like that song a lot. Well, I do know because it's a shit song.
Yeah,
right?
It's a shit song.
It's a shit song.
There's a lot of shit songs out.
Right, but I don't know why that one sticks out to me the most, yo. Like, it's so trash to me. Like, I can't even like get with it for no reason.
I was watching an interview with Lord Jamar, and he was talking about Lil Yachty. He was like, I know you want this for life. And you know, with the melodies like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K. It's like real, it's that simple. That's what we've come to in music these days. You know what I mean?
But I would say the difference there is if I hear that song in the club, like I would never listen to that song just if I'm at home. It's not headphone music to me.
Right.
It's I'm out, I'm in the club or something like that, and then everybody playing a blah. But it has no replay value for me at all. It's just like whatever. And I noticed that people like, I guess there's a difference between people who will listen to that song just like on, they riding to work and, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. Whether than they got that joint in their headphones and they playing and they actively want to hear that song. Like,
right.
I don't understand that. I'd be like, how do y'all like these songs?
Yeah, you do have to
that?
listen to particular music in particular environments for it to be, at its best listening quality. I will agree with you on that.
Definitely.
But another thing I heard is that, kind of they put Kanye in the hospital after he went on these recent meltdowns. And,
right.
It wasn't voluntarily, according to my source.
Really?
Yeah, it was in handcuffs. So, which leads me...
he was hospitalized? Like, I wonder why was he hospitalized then? If nothing is wrong with him, like, physically, would that mean that he's institutionalized? Like, they put him in a mental institution? Is that what they're saying?
Have you ever heard of MK Ultra?
Yes, I have. I'm very familiar with MK Ultra.
Oh, okay. For people not familiar with that out there, Google that when you have the free time. MK Ultra, and come to your own conclusion with that.
Well, just to give him a quick, give him a little extra inspiration. If you believe that the U.S. government will not experiment on its own citizens without their consent or knowledge, I think you need to look up what the MK Ultra project is. Definitely look that up if you get a chance.
Yeah.
It'll change your perspective on a lot of things in life.
Do you believe in Manchurian candidates?
Yeah.
Explain to the people what that is.
Actually, I'm gonna let you break that
Basically,
down.
people who are tied in with the MK Ultra program, people who are somewhat hypnotized and put back into society to execute particular task under the control of a third party. Almost like a human robot. Almost like the movie Naked Gun. Have you ever seen Naked Gun Part 1 when they wanted to assassinate somebody on the baseball field, but they sent the guy and it's like they press their watch and then the guy turns into the robot.
Right.
Starts
He's
walking.
like an android or something.
He's like an android at that point.
I don't necessarily say that I'm fully subscribed to that idea, but it wouldn't be, let me put it like this, it wouldn't surprise me if that turned out to be true, you know? From seeing stuff where the CIA got a gun that can kill you, they can shoot it's a bullet that they got, it'll shoot you in the neck and release a deadly toxin in your bloodstream, and then the bullet melts away and there's no trace with it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so nothing really surprises me anymore, man. It really doesn't.
What do you feel about celebrities being under this MK Ultra Manchurian candidate style of control? Do you think that's happening, or do you think the possibility of it happening?
I think the possibility is definitely. I think it's definitely plausible. I think it's possible. I believe anything's possible, but I think it's plausible too. If you notice what happens with popular culture, usually popular culture, as far as like movies and stuff like that, they kind of give you a prequel of what's going on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's a show out there called Stranger Things. I'm definitely a big fan of this show. I know a lot of people out there. It's very popular. Check it out on Netflix if you get a chance. Basically, the show revolves around this a town, right? And a small boy mysteriously disappears, right? And it's this random little girl that comes out of nowhere, and she's been a part of this government program that experiments with people that on mind control and telepath, or is it telepathy or telekinesis? I can't remember which one is. I'm controlling, I can move things with my mind.
Yeah, that's telekinesis.
Telekinesis, then.
Yeah.
So they've been experimenting on her since she was, from birth or whatever. I think she's like 11 or 12 now or something like that. And basically, it revolves around her, and you can go. She takes these kids to or she has access to a whole nother world that's on the other side of reality, right?
Oh,
so it's just an interesting. So you should check it out.
It's called Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. It's on Netflix. Check it out. It's definitely a good show, man. Season 1. I
just stole somebody else's Netflix account, so
that's
I'm busy.
That's what's up.
You can definitely check that out.
My grandma just canceled mine, so
Yeah, I know a lot of people who are not a lot of people. I have a few sources back in Chicago who know Kanye personally, went to high school with him and things like that. Kanye was a lame in high school.
Oh, I bet he was.
That type of conversation, you know what I mean? But
Kanye seemed like he would have been a lame. Like he seemed like he's too far ahead of time.
That term is so relative, you know what I mean? It's so opinionated. I don't know, but. One thing they said is when they see him now in person, his eyes don't look the same.
Word up.
The way he talks is not the same. And of course, granted, people change a little bit, but this is like a common comment of people who know him from the past. Be like, yo, this ain't the same motherfucker.
Right.
Which kind of raises an eyebrow to fuck. Like you put all these things together. The nature of the music industry, the possibility of these MK Ultra Manchurian candidates, and then you get Kanye, who's seems like kind of like his programming is found a glitch. You know what I mean?
Right.
When he was on stage and he said, "I'm running for presidency in 2020," I said, "This motherfucker is high."
Why you say that? I mean, it's Kanye. I wouldn't doubt that if he really would. Like,
it seemed like the thought of running for president came to him at that moment. Like he didn't even think about it before. Like, you know what?
Right.
I'm running for president. 2020.
Yeah, like, well, shit, we got Trump now, so I mean, anything's possible.
Yeah, but
right?
I will say this: I do not think Kanye is crazy in a sense of just naturally crazy. I do think he's being tampered with. There's a conspiracy, quote unquote, out there about the Kardashians being a witch coven.
Oh wow, that sounds interesting. That really does.
If you think about it,
yeah,
everybody who comes across Tiger, get the fuck out of there.
Right.
Everybody else has been touched.
Right.
You go through them. Who is it?
Lamar Odom,
Chris Humphries, Reggie Bush,
Dang.
Kanye West, Scott. That motherfucker Scott, he got an alcohol problem right now.
Real quick, finesser of the year, other than Donald Trump. Finesser of the year, Black China. Finesser of the year. Shouts out to Black China, bro. She out here finessing niggas, getting niggas prey.
I'm not a fan of that, but I hear you.
I'm not either, but you got to acknowledge the finesse. That's just science.
If a guy did that to a woman going through a depression for the world to see, and a guy takes advantage of her because she was wealthy,
we would look at him like he's a sick pig, right?
Douchebag. Like, go girl,
right?
You go.
That's right, bitch. Get that money.
Yeah, you know, that's later for gender role.
Right,
we'll
that's coming up. That's coming up.
But yeah, man, the Kardashians, which coven? What do you think about that? Is that a possibility?
Man, anything's possible.
They do wear black often.
They do wear black often. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, that was weird. Like, I ain't heard that one. Witches.
Yeah, they say.
I think it's possible.
They say the mother of Kris Jenner is like a high, I guess you priestess or whatever
really?
they name it in some type of secret organization.
Oh no!
I entertain myself with these conspiracy videos like often.
It sounds entertaining. I wouldn't necessarily say I believe it yet, because again, like I said, we're people. We sell everything by narrative.
Is it leaning more towards believing or not believing?
I'm still neutral about it because they could just be a dysfunctional ass group of slut family.
Oh, you know what? Who else we forgot?
Who?
The father.
We talking about Caitlyn Jenner?
They fucked him over real good.
Why you say that? Tell me about it, man.
The obvious. What do you mean?
Tell me about it, man.
No. No. What was his name before Caitlyn?
His name was Bruce.
Exactly.
Connect the dots?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bruce is out there.
Oh, you saying Bruce? Like the real Bruce?
Yeah, no, I'm saying Bruce, who became Caitlyn Jenner, is fucking out there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, like.
And let me ask you this. And I know we might lose a lot of people with this. Not but it's okay. I feel like that's what the show is about. It's unconventional.
Fuck all that.
Exactly. Celebrity cloning, right?
Yeah, man.
There are some out here who believe that there are secret underground societies that kill people, torture people, rape people, and put people out here that look like them, i.e. clones, but are not the original person about that. Now, a lot of people like, the Gucci came out. Something I found weird about Gucci, man, when he got out of jail, like, and it's a difference between, like, when Gucci got out of jail and when Boosie got out of jail, right? Boosie got out of jail, it was like, everybody in the hood loved Boosie. They was all, praising him. Yay, Boosie out, Boosie out. It was a different story for Gucci Mane. It was the same story that he got out and everybody in the hood, because, the hood loved Gucci Mane.
Right.
But it was like Gucci Mane got extended into kind of like MTV, kind of like pop.
A celebrity.
Right. I was like, yo, what? Like, he got like BuzzFeed like coming like shoe shopping with him for no reason. Like, what's up with this? Like, we don't never see like these hood rappers get on this A school. Like, they didn't do that for Boosie. You know what I'm saying?
Behaving.
Right.
The guwap that I knew before he went to jail was trying to get his Bart Simpson medallion high, like giving the blunt to it, like crazy shit like that. And now he's like this scholar.
Right. And I don't know. I'm like, I looked at that. And I was like, man, he really, in a sense, I really, they had the little theories out like, oh, Gucci Mane a clone, blah blah blah. Even though he never acknowledged was he was or not, which was a good publicity stunt, of course. And I was like, man, really, he kind of don't look like the same person. Like, that don't look like the same dude. And just like the amount of exposure that he gets, and just the amount of stardom that he reached just from getting out of jail. It's like, why though? Like, why is he on the A-list celebrities kind of, in a sense, like,
Yeah.
why is he such a pop culture icon right now?
It's too many convenient coincidences
Right.
that lean more towards validating all these conspiracies rather than this conspiracy seeming to be fraudulent.
Right.
You know what I mean? And one thing I can say, I've been called a conspiracy theorist for a couple decades now. And one
Right.
thing I will say, all the things that were conspiracy theories in the late 90s are just natural facts now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I guess the real quick too, Princess Diana, right?
Yeah.
1997, I believe it was.
Something like
now
that.
I was a young buck at this time, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? A mere child of 6 years old.
Okay.
Now we know that you were 48 at that time.
Yeah, I was around 48.
Yeah,
you know
48,
what I mean? Whatever you want to
give
say.
or take.
Yeah.
Carried it 3, but
Uh-huh.
but you, I remember when it was going on. I remember just from the details that I heard about the case.
Right.
Princess Diana wanted to marry a dude that was a Muslim, and the royal family was like, "Fuck that!"
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Fuck all that. They
Yeah,
say,
fuck all that. You know,
Exactly.
Let's get her up out of here. So,
Yeah, they protecting that bloodline.
Right.
They gotta protect that money. They gotta protect those secrets.
got you.
You know what I
And
mean?
mysteriously, Princess Diana, she wrote a letter to somebody and said, "I think that Prince Charles I think he's trying to kill me. I think
Yeah.
he's gonna kill me. He's
Yeah.
gonna stage somewhere like I'm in an accident or something where I got head trauma or something." She wrote in this letter, like basically saying, she wrote that, I think it was like 3 days before it happened.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
happened, and then people were like, "Oh, she just got in a car crash and that was it. The dude was drunk." You know what I'm saying?
And you know what's crazy? What's scary to me? A lot of these celebrities try to warn us before they die. You know, I don't think they don't go in full panic mode, but how can you go in full panic mode? Because you just look more crazy, as crazy as they try to paint you out to be. But it reminds me of the movie called The Running Man. And you're definitely too young to remember this movie, but it was with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And if you remember the television show American Gladiators, which was like a competition where
Right.
these people, the movie was similar to that, but in this arena, you can really die from the obstacle courses and shit
wow.
like that. But
Shit.
in the movie, it was like a TV show. So the audience was looking at people like Arnold Schwarzenegger go through these obstacle courses, fighting guys with chainsaws and ducking
Some gladiator
guillotines and
shit.
shit like that.
Right.
Yeah. But they like were really fighting for the life, but the audience was just cheering them on, like go, go, go.
Right.
And then if they died, it's just like more entertaining because the blood spilled.
Right.
That reminds me of us right now when we look at celebrities like Tupac.
Right.
When Tupac is saying, Buster shot me 5 times, real niggas don't die. Like, he's really talking about people trying to kill him. And we like, yo, go Tupac, go Pac.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's like, no, this ain't East or West, it's about riders and punks and they going to war and I'm my fofo, make sure your kids don't grow.
Right.
And he's really in a situation where he's like crying out to the public, like, yo, I'm in a situation where I know I'm about to die. I got an album cover where I'm on the cross like Jesus.
Right.
I'm giving you premonitions like death around the corner, like I'm crying out, telling you
The
this.
name of my album is Illuminati, right?
Yeah,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? And it's like still we look at it like, yeah, that Tupac, he sure can rap.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Shoot, Paul, shoot. Hey, you know who did a perfect example of that? The Boondocks. You remember the episode where they had the story of Gangsta-licious, right?
I remember that character.
And Gangsta-licious was on. It was the first episode. And Gangsta-licious, he was on stage, and we paralleled that with that celebrity being on stage in front of the public eye, right?
Right.
And he gets shot on stage, and he like, "Yo, they shot me!"
I remember that.
And the crowd's singing along like, "Yo, they shot me!"
Yeah.
He was like, "No, they really shot me."
I think I remember that.
Yeah, and they still singing along.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh my God, they shot me! I'm finna die! Somebody call the ambulance!" And they just like, it takes him like literally falling on stage and almost dying for
Right.
them to be like, "Oh, he actually like really saying
I think
it."
that's the situation we're in right now with Kanye.
Yeah, man,
He's
that's
like,
crazy.
we're looking at Kanye like, yo, don't send your killers to kill me. He's saying this.
Right.
He said, I know you got killers. Don't send them at me, dog.
Right.
He's saying this in a stadium with thousands of people and
Right.
millions of people hearing it.
knowing it's gonna be seen by
Yeah,
millions
he's
of
crying
people.
for help.
Dang.
He can't be like, yo, please, y'all, come save me, because I
Right.
think they trying to do me in.
Right.
So my way of saying that is like that way.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Dang, that's crazy, man. I hope don't nothing happen to Kanye, man. matter of fact, we got to send our thoughts and our prayers, even though I don't pray, but we're going to send our thoughts, and y'all send y'all thoughts to Kanye. We don't want nothing bad to happen to him out there in the hospital or whatever.
Most definitely not, man.
Definitely not.
If that's still Kanye and not the clone, you know what I mean?
Right, definitely.
Want Kanye back. But give us your opinions, leave some comments down below. Do you think Kanye is crazy? Or do you think the industry's crazy? Or do you think both the industry and Kanye are crazy? Does Kanye just talk too much and he deserves what's happening to him right now?
Right.
Did he fuck over the wrong people? What's going on? Do you believe in the Illuminati? Do you believe in the cloning, the MK Ultra, and all these things? Let us know.
As far as believing in the MK Ultra, there's no way you can't believe in that. That's literally fact. You know what I'm saying? You can look this stuff up on whatever website, Wikipedia. They're gonna tell you, hey, the CIA admitted to doing this stuff to people.
Right.
But definitely with the Illuminati and stuff, let us know if you believe. Drop it in the comments. Get the conversation started.